Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, I did a video on this Badlands ZXR 2500 winch, and I happened to realize I had another one that I was using for another project, and I thought it was going to be an old versus new kind of comparison, but because they were both the same, it didn't really work out the way I thought. Well, lo and behold, after buying this one and after buying my razor here, my nephew found out I had the razor, and he had an older Chicago Electric winch in his shed that he wasn't using, so he gave it to me, and very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Anyhow, so now I can kind of do a little bit of a old versus new comparison. So I actually, in the midst of doing things, decided that I was going to pull the new one out and start kind of comparing them a little bit. And I thought I should bring you guys along for the ride and just do another video on this one as well. And it's a true this one versus that one kind of thing. And we'll kind of go over some of the things that are good, some of the things that are bad, and all those kind of things. Now, first off, this one, the new one, is 2,500. The other one here is a 3,000 pound. So one upside with the old one I've noticed already is it actually came with a plate and the fair lead, as to where the new one you have to buy a separate plate on top of it. So there you go. Now, will that plate mount into my razor perfectly? I have no idea. We're going to find that out in another video, so go check out my razor playlist on my channel, and you will hopefully see one of these two being mounted in the front and another one maybe mounted on the back. So right now I'm just kind of figuring out which one will fit in the front better and all that kind of stuff, but in the meantime, I hooked up the green one already. There's the other upside to that one. It's camouflage. It's cool. Problem is you won't see it behind there. So yet again, maybe it'll go on the back because it's camouflage and it's cool. But we shall see where it ends up. I'm going to try and get that one on the front just because it is a 3,000 pound versus 2,500. Is there really a difference between the two? I don't know, but that one says 3,000 pounds, so I'm going to go with it, try and get it on the front, because I'd rather have the heavier one on the front and have the other one for a spare or for the back. On the old one, I have hooked it up to the battery and it's clear out here, so there's definitely plenty enough wiring, I believe, that I'll be able to hook it up in the front and run all the wires to the battery under the seat. The other part, and I don't know because it came in the box this way and the box had been open, so I don't know if somebody's put this all together. The only reason why I'm pretty sure the plate did come with the old one is because in the picture it actually shows the plate with this. It shows it all put together on the box just like this. So I don't know if the guy had to put it together that bought it before, or if it came put together like this, but I'm pretty sure it came with the plate underneath. I could be wrong. Comment below if I am. But yet again, with this one, I had to buy the extra plate. Now, one downside to this one, it only comes with one remote. So if you lose the remote, the battery dies, it becomes kind of useless, which is kind of a downfall for it, I will say. I do have another wireless remote setup that comes with a cord that I might be able to functionality put in here, or even build my own into here. We'll see. Oh, that's down the road, but right now we're doing, you know, apples to apples, so to speak. Now, I am pleasantly surprised the remote still works on this, so I will show this to you. B is out. And A is in. Now, I will say, that it takes a while for it to stop when you want it to stop, and so you need to be aware of that. don't have your hand on here trying to kind of hold on to it, because it won't stop when you let off this button. Okay, so it takes a minute for it to, or a second for it to do that. So upside, it's working. It's all put together. The wires are long enough, and all I had to do was hook up a red wire to positive and a black wire to negative. Everything else is ready to go once you hit the button. That's a definite positive, because this one I think is going to take more hooking together. Yet again, I don't know. The guy that had this before might have had to hook these two wires up here, and maybe get in here and hook these up. I don't know. But regardless, it's all put together here, and two wires are pretty easy. If you hooked a couple wires up in here and a couple wires to the battery, it would be the most you'd have to do on this. So now we got the remote here that I need to read the instructions on. I'm hoping it comes with a battery. I do like that this says extended, retracted, on and off. That makes things a little easier for other people instead of the A and B of the other one. So I would give the new Badlands winch the edge quite a bit over the old winch, but if you get something like that at a garage sale, I bet you innards wise and all the other stuff is probably very similar, and I've never heard anybody say anything too awful bad about those winches. So this one just has a few more features and gadgets that would be nice to have, especially so I don't have to, I'm going to have to reach up under there anyway to get to this, but you know, and the option of if I lose or the remote breaks or something like that, I can still plug it in to be able to use it. So this is edging out to me for using on my ATV here. So we got this all set up, hooked up to the battery. This says to enable, press the on-off button for 3 seconds until LED lights up. To disable, press the on-off button for 3 seconds until LED turns off. Note, the remote will power off automatically after 2 minutes of inactivity. Alright, so we'll hit this on-off button, which is the middle one, for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Light came on. Now I'm going to extend and retract. Alright, now biggest upside to this one versus the old one. When I let off that button, this stopped. When I hit the button, it went. There's not a delay. That other one has a large delay, and that's a pretty big safety factor, especially for the fact that my wife is probably going to be a lot of times the one hopping out and hooking this up, and then maybe even using this. The fact that she doesn't have to get used to that delay, it's a pretty big safety factor. So there you go. I would definitely say, you know, if you can pick up one of those other ones, get it at a garage sale for budget. Let's turn this off. It's off. Get it for a good deal. It's probably well worth the money. I think all in all, you know, product stuff inside, all that's probably very similar or the same. That one's 3,000 pounds versus 2,500. Yeah, the next one up from this is 3,500, so I don't know if that one is now what they consider 2,500 pounds. I don't know. But safety wise, this one definitely edges it out. If you have any concerns about safety, not only are the wires a little bit thicker, this is separated, so for my situation I think this is going to work a little better, and the wires going to the battery are a little bit thicker and actually a little bit longer. Surprisingly, I really thought these were going to be just, I don't know if I just saw this and thought, oh, that's not going to work, but regardless, they're fairly long. I think I could hook this up without extending any wires, I'll probably end up extending wires to make this part of it work a little better for me, but who knows. In the end, the Badlands definitely wins out in this situation. I have found that it's kind of depends on the product, whether your old Harbor Freight stuff is better than new or not, but in this case I would say that this one's a little bit better. This one, on the other hand, is perfectly fine. It just doesn't have quite the features of this one. So I have plans for this one in the future, so keep an eye out for that on my channel. It will actually probably end up going on to my dump trailer. I have a video, has not come out yet. I have a video on putting together a Harbor Freight trailer, a newer one that I bought. And in that video I talk about having plans of building a dump bed trailer out of two. I have an old one and the one I put together, and between those two I would like to build a dump bed. So I'm thinking, because this one is 3,000 pounds, I am going to try and use this one for that. So in that case, this one wins out. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my Polaris Razor. Go watch that video on my Polaris Razor playlist. This video will be in my Harbor Freight playlist when that comes out. If you want to look at those trailers or any other things, I have lots of different playlists on my channel, so go check out my channel, check out my playlists, and that's where you can find all my videos. Alright, well, thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.